What's up, guys? My name is Beast Mode, and first off, I just want to apologize for not uploading any videos this weekend. I know I'd planned on just being back to this and being on more of a regular schedule, and I went home this weekend for the first time this summer, saw my buddies for the first time in a long time. One of them I hadn't seen in 6 months. These are my two best friends. We all kicked it together for like the first time in 6 months. That was awesome. Got to see the fam, got to go watch my sister play some basketball, see some family friends. Just had a good time, honestly, and I brought my computer home. I had my hard drive, planned on doing some editing, planned on doing maybe a couple commentaries and uploading some videos, but honestly I was just busy. I was just always doing something and having a good time, and life happened and I didn't get around to any videos. But today it's Monday, we're shifting back into the work schedule. I'm back at home, and with that shift comes this hatred. Everybody hates Mondays because it requires this shift of your brain and of your emotions just from that, kind of weekend free time party atmosphere or whatever it may be, just whatever you do in your free time to back to work, this 5-day grind. Here we go, let's get on it. And I think that's why, obviously that's why everybody hates Monday. But with that, I think on Mondays I've realized is when I have some of my craziest, and maybe not necessarily, sometimes they're just crazy, but sometimes it's the thought-provoking, it's the deeper ideas, because as I get so bored at, say, work, and things become so mundane, and my brain it becomes a brain meltdown. It's like that Monday meltdown. It kind of turns into a Monday night, or a Monday mind trip. And, that's what this is. It's a Monday mind trip, because my brain, as it becomes fuzzy, and as my brain's leaking out my ears, I start to venture off into things that I wouldn't normally think about, and maybe I'm just getting delusional as I'm becoming delirious with boredom. I don't know. But really, you start to think about things outside of the box a little bit. You start to think about things you normally wouldn't about, and then the spider web effect happens, of course, and, one idea leads to another, to another, to another, and you start to have these crazy ideas. And sometimes they're not crazy. Sometimes they're thought-provoking. Like I said, sometimes they're deeper, they have some depth to them. They're not just shallow thoughts. And today, the thought that I really had, and what I've been really thinking about since, is everybody entitled to an opinion if they don't fully understand something? And I know right away you're going to want to jump to, yeah, everybody deserves an opinion, etc., but let's not think about that. Let's think outside the box here a little bit. This is what I'm talking about. Square A is we got to think outside the box here a little bit. For example, should you judge somebody that you've never, say you see somebody walking down the street? I would call out, majority of people look at a person, and within 5 seconds of just looking at a person and not knowing their situation, background, never having spoke to that person, you do not know that person at all. I mean, you can actually hang out with a lot of people. You hang out with a person for a night or two, you still don't really know that person very well, do you? But right off the street, we are just so willing to make judgment calls on, and it's almost like we assume what their life was like. And I'm not going to make that big of a statement, but we make the decision of would I talk to that person or not. You look at somebody visually, and within 5 seconds, you decide, are they good looking, are they not good looking, etc., etc. And do you have these rights to really make an opinion on somebody as a person before you know them? Do you have the right to judge a video game or a movie that you've never seen or played until you've seen or played it? Because there's been a lot of video games that had terrible reviews that I played, and personally, can I even talk? Personally, I had a great experience with. Something about it just gave me that experience, and I think that's why I try and stay away from ratings. Everybody, I think, gets so obsessed with what this majority says, what society says, and why don't we look for more of that experience? The experience of playing Call of Duty 4. The Call of Duty 4 experience. There's never been an experience in Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4 like that. There have been games, they've been fun, but I haven't gotten the experience. And until you've felt it, you can't describe what it's like. It's, for me, growing up, the experience of watching Dragon Ball Z. That was a show that everybody watched. That was a show everyone was excited for. It was just an awesome show. To this day, because of that, because I experienced that with Dragon Ball Z, I can still watch it. This weekend when I went home, me and my brother watched the entire first season in one night. The first night I was back. Just kicked it and watched DBZ, just like old times. And even though I'm way older than I was when I watched that originally, 10 plus years older, it still just has that zazz to it. The president, weed, alcohol. If you've never smoked, can you fully judge marijuana? Yeah, there's facts, but there's a lot of things that are twisted. The media twist everything. The news, should you, before you fully understand a situation in the news, should you judge it right away? Is your opinion valid? Maybe that's what's wrong. You know, sometimes with America, think about the public in general. Most of them are ill-advised. When I would say a good 50% of people who vote for the president in America do not fully understand what they're voting for, who they're voting for, what's going to change, what effects are going to happen, and that's freaking scary. Like, that's real, and that's scary. That's the future of this country, and man, we as society are so prone to just flow with the majority and not think for ourselves, not dig into the facts. I just encourage you to break that trend. Hey guys, if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment section in the comment section below. That subscribe button actually works. How fancy is that? In the bottom left hand corner, you got my last commentary. In the bottom right, you have a nice little streak followed by a random tomahawk.